Hey y'all, hey, what's going on? Facebook family and friends. So this is Tuesday evening, future of travel Q&A. If you guys having any questions, make sure that you put them in the comments. But we are talking about um, COVID in reflections to Airbnbs, VRBOs, and just home rentals specifically, and the facilities of restrictions that different countries have in place. So, I always want to tell you the latest and greatest, and just make sure you're knowledgeable before you go and that you're aware before that you go. Hey Noble, hey Tim, hey Janice, hey Tom, hey Tiffany. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys know I appreciate your support because you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to come in and say hey to me. I truly appreciate that. But won't be before you long. Gotta get on the Zoom next go round. But I am going to be before you strong. All right, so giving you an example, some countries don't require you to have a COVID test upon entry, but the United States mandate is before you come back into the United States, you must have a COVID test done 3 days prior to you leaving, right? Now, I've always been asked this question every time. Well, Janae, what if I am positive with the screening? I say this: depending on the resort that you're at, the resort will foot the bill for the additional 10 days that it has that you have to be in quarantine. If you're in the ocean front, you won't be in the ocean front. They'll put you in another room where you'll be secure. There'll be someone that comes in and change your linen and someone to bring you a meal if you are staying at a resort. If you are not staying at a resort, if you are staying in a villa or a property that is a non-resort and you're a non-local person, you don't live in Jamaica, this is some of the things that you could run into. So you've checked out of your Airbnb or VRBO, getting ready to get your test results back, and you come back positive. Well, 9 times out of 10, you won't be able to extend that stay in that home or that property because guess what? They probably have a turnaround of someone else coming in right behind you, right? So where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Can you go to a resort? No, it's too late for that because you're already positive. So if you're the only one positive and say you got 3 more other people with you, guess what? You, the positive person, will be going to the facility in Jamaica. Now I had a chance to see this facility. It's something that you don't want to stay in. That's just being transparent. You don't want to stay in a government facility. You just do not want to. It is not the Ritz Carlton. It's government. So they doing the best that they can with the resources that they have. So if you're like, oh well, if that's okay, then I'll be okay at a government facility. It may not be what it's cracked up to be for you. All right. So different mindset. But the other individuals in your party, they can go to a resort where they'll be placed in like a in-stay zone, a resort in the in-stay zone where they would have to just kind of stay in their room. They can't wander out because they're going to also be monitored as well to make sure that they're good to go. But they can leave, when it's time for them to go, they can leave. Um, but if they have negative tests, they can also leave. So it'll just be you in that facility. So that is the con side, and the biggest con side that I know right now, while we're traveling in a pandemic that has come up and has been discussed, and wanting to make that information aware of know before you go. Right now, also got this question. Okay, Janae. So say I am positive and I'm at the resort, right? And the resort is going to foot the bill for the additional days. You don't have to come out of pocket, right? But what if I need more like medical, like I'm wheezing, I need an inhaler, I need some more stuff to make me comfortable, more than what the scope of the provider on the property. Because yes, most properties have a doctor that's on the property, but more than what he or she can actually give to you. Well, then what? Well, anything if you didn't have travel insurance will, definitely come out your pocket first and foremost, and you won't be reimbursed for that expense that you had. I'm gonna say that again. If you don't have travel insurance, let me be more specific. Travel insurance with COVID, then you'll be footing the bill up front, but you won't be getting in return on that bill that that you have to come out. So this is why I encourage everyone to have travel insurance. And I'm going to share my screen with you because I love to give you the information to where you can actually go and dissect it. Don't take my word for it. But first, I'm going to start out with what I just told you about the facility. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to pop over here to what's that site I shared with y'all last week? I do believe Travel.State.gov. Yes, so here we are, all things related to the .gov site. Here we're in the U.S. Embassy in Jamaica, and I told you last week this is where you can come and get all different countries' information for you. So if you want to know more information before you go, this is a great resource to come to and get that information, right? And so, all right, so let me make sure I copy that. So I think you guys see, let me pop over on my screen. Oh gosh, I messed up. My bad. I messed up and copied the wrong thing. Hold on. Okay, but I'm going to show you this. Let me make sure you see it. Okay, yes, you do see it. All right. So we're here, and I want you to know in black and white what it says right here. If a visitor tests positive for COVID-19, they will be placed in isolation at their accommodation, intended stay location, or government facility. That's when you don't have nowhere else to stay, particularly like if you're in an Airbnb, a VRBO, and your stay has been exhausted already. As determined by the Jamaican Ministry of Health and Wellness, travelers who require isolation should be paid to pay the cost of isolation accommodation. I'm going to say it again. Travelers who require isolation should be prepared to pay the cost of isolation accommodation, particularly when you're not already staying at a resort who's already telling you in black and white that they would cover your stay if you are positive, right? So expect to pay out of pocket if you're at a resort that doesn't say that, or if you're at any place where it does not say they're going to cover you. Release from isolation is determined by the Jamaican Ministry of Health and Wellness using symptom-based or infection period data. Release may be granted 14 days from diagnosis, however, it may be longer, depending on the individual case, right? So that's where it's at in black and white. So I always say, don't take my word for it. And then I said this. Let me see, I got to share this part with you. You must have some travel insurance, and you definitely want to have travel insurance that covers COVID, okay? So, travel insurance that covers COVID, let me show it to you right here. And I'll tell you, I always like to try the examples of different things. So this comes from Forbes and it's updated. Yeah, they updated. So this is as of this month. I started pulling this a few months ago as I was starting to travel more and more. Just to see what was out there, because at the time my go-to insurance did not cover COVID, so I had to pay the extra. But now my go-to insurance does cover COVID, so I'm happy about that. So I don't have to go and get an external. But if you don't know and you don't have a travel advisor, then you definitely want to be able to research this for yourself, right? There's some countries that require you to get their COVID insurance before coming. Costa Rica is one of them, but they also provide you the insurance information on the site, so it makes it really easy. So these are all the different ones, but I've used John Hancock and I've used Travel International as well as Travel Safe. And so here's the ratings as they go across the board. So you can have it. And when you click on the information for the particular insurance, it's like it tells you like, hey, get a quote and you get more information. But this is its key right here. It says COVID medical coverage, COVID cancellation coverage, cancel for any reason coverage. This is what you want to say. Hey, are they covering that? Yes. 100% of your trip costs. Yes. 75% of your costs. COVID medical coverage, 50,000 as bronze or 100,000 as silver. You understand what I'm saying, everyone? So this is some of the information to know before you go. And as I always say, if this is not applicable to you, let me stop the share. If it's not applicable to you, then just pay it forward and share it with someone else who you know that will take value from this. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for saying this great information. I love that. Truly appreciate that because I want to make sure that I'm bringing value to each and one of you. But with that being said, if you want to know more of the websites, I have to go right now. I'm sorry. But if you want to know the sites, DM me and I can give you the sites. Okay, that's too easy. Again, it's FREE. It's free. Just want to make sure you know, make sure that you can travel, but doing so just means to travel safe. That's it. Just travel safe. All right, you guys, y'all know what the deal is. I love you. There's nothing you can do but love me back. I want you to wash those hands. I want you to wear that mask. I want you to stay 6 feet apart out there in those COVID streets. And if you're in a position where you can raise your hands above your head, crisscross the arms in front of your chest like applesauce, and wrap your fingertips behind your shoulder blades and squeeze. Give yourself a hug and consider yourself virtually hugged and loved. All right. Thank you so much, Tim. Thank you so much, Tammy. Some of the Facebook users, I cannot see your names, but thank you so much. Those who are going to watch the replay, thank you as well. And again, good night, everybody, and be blessed. I'll see y'all next Tuesday for some more Future of Travel Q&A to give you some information. All right. Take care. Bye, y'all.